Really, it was literally the night before the D line was supposed to perform at the combine. I was working on 10-yard starts and honestly just pulled a little bit too hard and felt just a little tweak in my hamstring and knew I wasn't going to be 100% to run the time that I know I can run. So that was really the biggest reason why I'm kind of just holding off until April right now.
You feel like in April you will be?
Oh, for sure.
What's kind of your goal time? What do you feel like you?
Goal time sub 4.55. That's the goal time right there.
What's this process been like for you so far? I guess has it been about what you expected, kind of going in, or has there been some things that have been different?
Better than expected, honestly, because I going up to it, especially my sophomore year, I would ask a lot of guys that went through it or that were currently going through it what it's like, and they were like, "Oh man, it's a whole bunch of meetings, this, that, and the other. I can't eat what I want to eat. I'm only eating vegetables and fish every day." And honestly, I grew up on vegetables and fish, so that wasn't a big change for me. But honestly, this entire process, I'm out in Phoenix, Arizona, specifically North Scottsdale area, which is a beautiful, beautiful area, and really just enjoying it. Honestly, seeing my body change. I'm in a great, a better body. I feel great, feel fast, feel strong, and like the entire process at the combine with the interviews, I got there. That at the combine, that was a different process. Everything was back to back. First night I got there, I had 11 interviews back to back. It was a lot at first, but honestly, the entire process, I'm just enjoying it, having fun, really.
Myles, are you a mock draft guy? Do you spend time looking at where you might be projected, and then do you either get upset or happy about what you see?
Not really. Of course, I do have family members where they see and they're like, I'm from Atlanta, and there was a mock draft that my mom saw, and she got excited. It said I was mocked to number 8 to Atlanta, and she was like, "Oh, you might stay home," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, that's cool to see." But me personally, I try not to look at it because I don't want it to be like, oh, if I'm mocked number 1 overall, okay, I'm satisfied, or I want my work, you know, to stay the same and keep my head level really.
Who are some teams that you got to talk with most at Pro Day here?
Oh man, I met with the Steelers last night, Patriots. I met with the Ravens. Those are 3 teams that I met with last night. I'm about to say I had a few conversations with the Giants D-line coach. Honestly, every conversation been a good conversation. Honestly, just really wanted to get to know my background, get to know my personality, and getting to know each other. Yeah.
And what are you still looking to improve when you've got your workout in April and things throughout this pre-draft process? What do you feel like you still want to show or prove?
How fast I really am. Like a lot of people, they see the speed that's on the field, but I don't think a lot of that speed is really recognized as far as what it actually is. Mm.
The junior year film, I guess, what did you feel best about, looking back on the 2022 season?
Really, just being disruptive. Honestly, about to say I know a lot of people do look at the stats, and I know the stats may not reflect the type of player that I am, but honestly, week to week, watching the film, just being just that disruptor, knowing that O lines are having to slide to you, uh, motion the back over to your side to get a chip block. Anything that gets the quarterback, O line, or especially the offensive coordinator to think about you at the beginning of the week, you know, I enjoy that. I like just being disruptive, and that's the biggest thing that I can appreciate this past season.
You obviously know Brian Versey really well. What do you feel like a team is getting in him?
Oh man, a hard worker, a competitor, most definitely someone that's going to push the people around him. So whatever team he goes to, he's going to push everyone in that D line group because that's a guy. We call it plug and play. That's a plug and play guy. You draft him, put him onto the field. He can play today, and he's most definitely going to challenge everyone in that D line group. So That's the type of person you're going to get when you draft him.
What was it like just as a D-line supporting him through everything he went through personally this year?
I was like family. It wasn't anything that we had to. Oh, we got to make sure we do this. Like, no, this is something that we want to do. We set it. We set aside time to. I say Coach Sweeney and all the faculty did a great job of setting aside the practice time so that Brian, his family, and a lot of his close friends on the team, so that we could all go up to his sister's funeral, and everything was smooth. The entire Ella Strong movement was easy. It just I don't know. It flowed. Like, it wasn't anything that it was like, okay, it obstructed anything. It was really just something that we all wanted to do. It just felt right to do, honestly.
The opting out of the Orange Bowl, who all did you talk to make that decision? And I guess what was your thought process to that?
Really, I wasn't even thinking about opting out until maybe a week before the game, because I was just keeping my head down, working, playing, and then it was parents that came up to me just like a thought, like, are you thinking about playing in the Orange Bowl or opting out of the Orange Bowl? And that was really the first time I actually like, oh, this is a legit question. And I had a conversation with my parents, family, extended family, some of my teammates. I went to some of my position coaches, and overall, a lot of them just said it makes sense. That's the right move. That's the move that makes that's the move that makes sense right now, and it made it easier for me to go forward with that decision.
Was it hard at all, Washington, to not being out there?
Oh.
With someone who's playing so much?
It was difficult even thinking about it. It was weird when I got on the phone with Coach Sweeney and said it. It was a weird gut feeling. About to say, you can ask my parents. I was almost to myself for those 2 weeks when my team flew down to Miami and were practicing that entire week, and it really hit me when I was at my grandparents' house watching the game, and I'm about to say, all my brothers, they're out there playing the game that they love, and I'm at my grandparents' house just watching it, and it was a weird feeling for sure. But I just know with my family backing me on my decision, they really did help me through that.
Myles,
Grandparents
this
in
is
the
something
Atlanta,
you've been working for.
Go ahead.
grandparents in the Atlanta area?
Yes, sir.
This is something you've been working for your entire life. I'm just curious what it feels like to be this close to finally hearing your name called.
Honestly, surreal. About to say, I'm not even caught up to this moment yet. I'm still back in Phoenix right now, just training, and really pro day came like that. It's honestly just a surreal feeling, and excited, nervous. I'm having all the feels right now, so it's really hard to explain right now, honestly.
Have you had any time to kind of reflect on your Clemson career and I guess what you accomplished individually and as a team while you were here?
A little bit when I first came back here. When I first came back here on this past Sunday. But I saw the facility, saw my guys again, and it was like, oh, like I'm actually gone. I had that wake up moment when I went up to the front door and put my fingerprint in, and it wasn't working. So that was a big like wake up call. Like, your time here is done. So most definitely I did reflect on it a little bit when I came home from the facility and just saw the picture. We have like pictures up on my parents' wall in the house of my entire career in Clemson when I first came here my freshman year. Some pictures when I was being recruited here to this past season, and it's a good feeling to know that, of course, my time here is done, but I can come back anytime. That's honestly just a good feeling, though.
Do you have any visits lined up before the draft?
Say that one more time.
Do you have any visits with teams lined up before the draft?
As far as 30 visits go, I only have the Saints right now on April 14th, but I'm sure more are going to line up.
With that workout that you've got scheduled in April,
Mm.
what is the full game plan? Now, obviously, you mentioned you want to show up faster, but is there anything else you're specifically looking for, just in terms of like workouts that you're going to do there and what you're kind of expecting?
Yeah. Well, of course, 40. If there's gonna be scouts, coaches flying in, so if it's something that they want with the L drill, 5-10-5, position specific drills, I'm gonna be doing whatever they want to see. I'm gonna be showcasing it. So if that's 4-3 defensive end, 3-4 outside linebacker stuff, I'm gonna be doing both of those things.
I guess like within an interview, what's like your elevator pitch when someone says, you know, why should we take you with our first round draft pick? What's kind of here's why you should draft Myles Murphy pitch to a team?
Really, the biggest thing is really versatility. That's the biggest word right there. And versatility being the speed aspect, get off with the ball, power, extremely strong. I played anywhere from the 3-tech all the way out to the 9 and dominated in each gap. And also dropped in coverage, hook drops, flat drops, curl drops, palms drops. And, covered it back out the backfield, having to run him down 40 yards down the field. So I've really done a little bit of everything and dominated in each one of those.